Great Green North up here in Canada. Usually called the Great White North. It's pretty green. Um, Out here on expedition, actually had three people show up this time, which is a miracle. Been having a little trouble getting people out this year. Well, actually, not trouble, just lots of incidents in life have been keeping people, my expeditions down to two or even one. So I was very happy. I've got a California firefighter, a New York firefighter, and just an impressive individual that will remain anonymous out here on expedition. We're having a great time. A little windy once in a while. Had an amazing. No, it wasn't amazing. It sucked. They had an amazing incident with a grizzly bear sow, and I had to do everything I could to keep them safe. Literally, so we're out doing the lower radium hike, and we do the hike and then we come back. So we're almost at the end of the hike, and a freaking grizzly bear sow pops her head out, probably 10 yards away from us, pops her head out. So the worst things with a bear that you don't want, period, are, well, the number one thing is a bear protecting its meal or a cadaver or a body, and then a sow with a cub. We got both. She actually had a cadaver there she was eating, probably would have been, we walked 40 yards past it, and she had a cub that she was protecting. And to add to all of that, we're going in, and guess what? We had to come out. So we had to come past a grizzly bear sow with her cub and the body that she was eating. We literally sat and had lunch within 150 yards of her across this raging river that was protecting us, where we filmed her for quite a while, probably 20, 30 minutes of filming her. And had another group of people walk past her. She came kind of running out. They didn't even notice her. But I'm probably going to put video up of that because that was pretty significant. We have beautiful, incredible videos and photographs of that one of the expeditioners actually had. He's been walking around, we're bugging him because he has all this equipment. I'm looking at him, he has all this equipment. He's always like 5 minutes late. He's always a little bit behind because he's putting his cameras together. We weren't chastising him when he sent us literally National Geographic beautiful photographs of this gorgeous grizzly bear sow and her cub on this rock with a river flowing below it. Absolutely amazing, beautiful shots. So, and then what sucked is, so we agreed, best thing for us to do, rip over this crazy backcountry trail to come over the mountain so we weren't going down below her. Great minds think alike. She did the same thing. So we went up over the ridge to avoid her, and she came up over the ridge to avoid us. So, and we bumped into her. So I'm literally looking over at New York John firefighter going, you're going to have to hurry down the hill because she's right above you. We're trying to spot her below, and she'd come up with her cub. But it all worked out really well. We hit the trail, and we moved very quickly away from her. My expeditioners handled it really, really well. I was at the front of the group. It was Nick that noticed her, said bear 3 times, see a grizzly bear head pop out. She probably exposed herself because Nick had eyewitnessed her. She came out, and she was very defensive, didn't charge at us, but after we walked around her and we're past the creek, she popped her head out looking at us. I had everybody sit down, and that's where we got footage of her. And then she went after the cadaver, which is likely a mountain goat, because there's a mountain goat trail there that I've been showing the expeditioners. So she's likely learned to ambush them as they come down to the creek for water. There's no water sources anywhere there. And that mountain goat trail that I know is where I take expeditioners, and I took Survivor Man up, and where we have that tremendous success way up on the mountain. So all these things are obviously Bigfoot related. And so we got back safe, but ironically, pretty much the worst situation you could ever imagine. I mean, she literally, you got to understand, we'd walked past her. She's hiding in the foliage. She pops her head out, and now we can't go back. She literally popped out, and the cub was behind her. We couldn't have reversed. We had to keep going deeper down the trail. And if you'd been through there, I mean, it's a creek that's opened up this corridor that I take people down. There's really no other way out unless you go whack over the hills. We're all like bloodied up in the shins trying to avoid her, and she's up on the same frickin' slope as us. So a little bit of excitement. Beyond that, may have had, well, seems like we had a Sasquatch walk behind the trailer. An expeditioner saw the head of the Sasquatch, had some really good sounds happen. And then one expeditioner heard a potential yell, And then the clacking sound that happened on the last expedition that we have recorded has been potentially heard twice. It's kind of like I've tried to duplicate it. Like the first time I ever heard it last year on an expedition, we'd left the lady at base camp and we kind of just circled around her and we heard like a clack. And I thought, well, is she cutting wood or something? And we came back. She says, no, it was a Sasquatch here. And it was right over here. And that's where the clack sound was. And I couldn't duplicate it. It's kind of a little bit metallic. And I only heard it last year, this year and last year it was on Chris's expedition with James Penner. James didn't come up this year. Chris was here, and Chris was here for like a couple hours, and we heard that sound. So I was pretty sure it was related to him. But no, I've got two expeditioners that have definitively heard that same kind of clacking, odd aluminum sound right in the wilderness over here. So that's pretty significant. We've had immense heat, like it's a crazy heat wave. So we're not having any success with the Sasquatch in the day yet. But I've taken these guys around, and the two firefighters are leaving early, unfortunately. So I'll be alone with Brad. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Brad Pitt's here, not. But anyways, and then I suspect Ashley's going to come out tomorrow, and then we'll have masculine, feminine, and an expeditioner who will remain unnamed out here for about 3 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come back Sunday, so at least 3 full days. And we're supposed to get cooler weather, so I'm very excited about that. So if you see a bear behind me, make sure you let me know. I'm not kidding. Last night, there was rustling heard back over there, like boom, in the woods. I went over there, and I followed down here. I could hear something moving, and then I gave a little yell, and I saw a black bear's ass. So we were eating here. That moment when you're eating and all the smells are hot, like I don't boil or steam food out here, I just reheat it. But we're eating it, and that smell, and a black bear was over there making some sound. So literally right behind me. But I got two expeditioners here that'll watch my back, I hope. So, and in the meantime, if you have questions about expeditions, remember I have two expeditioners right here with me, and I'd be happy to ask some questions. So California firefighter, he who shall remain unnamed. You can just ask a general expedition question. And then I've got New York firefighter, man who was there for 9/11, out on this expedition with a full-on daughter, water, coffee, New York accent. It's been amazing. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was good.
I'm getting it. So let's see if we. Oh, hello, Kyla. Kyla. I am in the radium research area. So on the episodes of Survivor Man, there were 2 radiums. I never took Jeff Meldrum here because this area is hella death hikes. In the spot I'm in now, I've got an area where I could take Jeff and people that are not top physical shape. But at that time, I couldn't bring Jeff here because it was just death hikes everywhere. These guys are in good shape, and I took them on the lower radium hike, and they felt it. Like it was tough. So it's really mountainous conditions and slippery, and it's a tough hike. So I'm the closest town to where I am in is Radium, British Columbia, and I'm just outside of Kootenay National Park, just outside of it, literally. So hello, oh Logan, yeah, how's it going? Thanks for sending me that stuff, Logan. Appreciate it. Hey everyone, hit that like button if you'd like. That's hey, thanks Benjamin for appreciate that. Andy, thanks for tuning in today, doing what you do. Boom. So uh Nick over here, California firefighter. I want to see a grizzly bear. Well, holy mother of God. Like, did we get to we were violated by a female grizzly bear. Couldn't have been a worse situation. So now at least he wants to manifest the boom. Is that the number one thing you want to manifest? Is the boom. So Sasquatch call themselves the boom. The expeditioners have seen the boom. So there's a 19-inch track of a Sasquatch where Jason Shoot and I heard a boom. And on the next expedition, we went and found it. Every time I take people down there, I have never had someone go, I'm not so sure. They go, the eyes go big and they go, whoa, toes. Like that's a Bigfoot footprint. And it's 2.5 freaking years old. Lazy boy over here has got to go cast it because it's pretty magnificent. And I'll get to it. It's just number 36 on my list of 50 things to do. So thanks for tuning in, Royal. Discovering Bigfoot app available on iOS and Android. Glad no bear attacks. Thank you, Logan. That will not be on the app. What you can see on the app is I can wave to you right now because I'm on camera. Hi, everybody. So we've got a camera at the fire pit. We call it the south one. And then audio has been recorded, significant audio of Sasquatch has been recorded from the north side. I would love to have more people out there. Logan, do you understand too? We better check that campsite. What time do you think that head was moving across the top of the trailer?
2:55 a.m.
2:55 a.m. Correct? Not on your time?
3:55.
3:55 a.m. I'd like to have more people watching that app continuously because there's Sasquatch out here. Like this is legit. This is where in Radium is where I filmed video 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All in this. All these Sasquatch were filmed within about 10 miles of where I'm sitting right now. So really, really amazing hotspot. I've had dozens of eyewitness sightings by expeditioners out here, and all the tremendous success we had on Survivorman, including Survivorman filming the top of the head of a Sasquatch up on the mountain Radium, which all these guys went and saw from below today. So fantastic, fantastic, incredible research site. Guys, you know what? I'm not going to pull any punches. Do you know anybody else who takes people out to have live interactions or eyewitnessing of Sasquatch? At the very least, so even these guys have had, I'm not going to pull any bones about it. Those sounds I heard at night, that was a Sasquatch. The call, the first call that we're going to call him Expeditioner number 1, heard, that was a Sasquatch. Like I heard it just faintly. He had a full ear on it, but it was like very primate sounding when you say. Like, did it sound bird-like or did it sound ape-like or?
It no, it sounded more primate.
Yeah.
Higher pitch, longer yell type of sound.
Yeah, I agree. So, and then just last night, John and I heard the sound that I heard, though, I'm 50-50 on. It could have been something else. I don't like to just jump around saying Bigfoot everywhere. Is my drink over there? Behind the speaker? Thanks. So, sorry, I have a little bit of cough today. These guys went for an ice bath today.
I heard the structure building.
Pardon me?
The structure building we haven't found yet.
Yeah. So, and the sounds that Nick heard were structure buildings. We had a very superficial walk over there, and didn't see anything. But problem is that Nick and John are leaving, and I'm really trying to smash everything together as fast as I can, make sure they get the most success. It's kind of worked out well because I haven't. I get people settle in, and we were ripping it out, going all over the place. We did 10 things on day 1. So it's worked out really well. And what else is going on? So two people heard the clack. I don't know what to call that. I'm going to call it the Chris clack because Chris is the one that it happened twice for him first. So we'll see what happens with that. Hello, sir. Nice to catch live. Haven't been able to. It's just July. What good? Hey, it's July. What's good with the doc? Officially, I'm going to tell you, officially, the documentary has been rejected by Warner Brothers. Don't fret about it, because I had to shop the first one around to like 50 companies before Warner Brothers picked it up, but they rejected it. That's cool. They want something different. I'll work on that. I understand their perspective. So I was excited to have them distribute it like they did before. Pay-per-view, QuickTime, Amazon, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and then all the way through the networks. I wanted it distributed. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it, and I just don't know. So, and I won't be able to because I'm a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest during expedition season. I'm in 1 week, out the next, and busy. So I'll have to figure that out in the fall. Last expedition is the end of October, and I'll go from there. Hi from Georgia. How far are you from the wildfires in Canada? We've seen the forest fires, and Ashley's been monitoring it for me. I'm in no danger, but in fact, they're really, like, it's not smoky now, is it, guys?
No, it's been a lot better.
So there's wind. We got a lot of wind, as you can see behind me, and the smoke I noticed today is decreased by about 50%, and now even looks more. So I don't think I'm close to wildfires at all. So everybody's saying hi to Kyla. We're happy to have you back, Kyla. Hey, Todd. Doug Haga, old hillbilly from mountains of Southwest Virginia, says howdy. Well, nice to meet you, Doug. Yeah, love that hillbilly mentality. I guess I'm kind of a northern Canadian hillbilly myself, maybe. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the wilderness. So I'm in 1 week, out the next, from June till the end of October. We kind of glamp a little bit, though. We stay in trailers. It's really important that the expeditioners feel safe at night and sleep well at night. And the Sasquatch like to come around the trailers a lot. In fact, we might have had wax on the trailers, right? The trailers shook.
Mhm.
So there might be a lot more going on here. I'm just, okay, well, transparency. So first night, I'm a little under the weather, just a little. And first night, I slept like a dead man. Like I woke up slobber, and my legs were just like felt like they were dead. I think there's a good chance that the Sasquatch were zapping me. Just a theory of mine. I know it's a little woo, but they've done that before, and I believe they did that so these guys could have a bit of an encounter and not have my ass drag them out of the trailer. Because when I hear a Sasquatch in the trailer, it's go time. We get up, we go. I think the Sasquatch just kind of wanted to work these guys in. It was their very first night out here, and didn't want to push them too much. So day two or night two was last night, and well, besides maybe a trailer shake that I wasn't feeling, and if there was a trailer shake last night, I didn't feel it, and then I stayed up for a couple hours. I didn't hear or see anything else, so not the activity for certain that these guys experienced on night one. So we didn't have anything to get up to do, but it's been a great expedition, really considering this is the worst weather for Sasquatch. So I never discount them. It was very exciting to have them come around. Oh, I heard a knock too that nobody else heard. It was a beautiful Sasquatch knock. 100% the Sasquatch were here. 100%. That was a Sasquatch knock call. And all the other stuff that happened in the same area where they come from that other people experienced were obviously Sasquatch, because that was a Sasquatch wood knock. 100.0%. So I'm just trying to really be transparent and open up about the reality of what's going on. So, and I lend more authenticity to expeditioners hearing stuff that I didn't hear, like whoops and brush movement and woodworking happening, because I know they were there. I would be like maybe 50-50 on that. Maybe it was a deer moving around, or, maybe there was a lynx over there making odd sounds, but that's not the case, because literally I had heard a Sasquatch probably an hour or two before. So then they heard all this stuff, and then we had a very successful night. So I lend 100% authenticity to their experiences as being legit, because they're not experienced. They don't know the wilderness like I do. Maybe there's a moose running around here. That's preposterous. Moose don't do that, but you never know. There's other potentials, and that doesn't exist now that I can root out that a Sasquatch was here. Have a nice day. And we are boots on the ground. Notice the unshaven dirtiness of me. There's no showers out here. You want to get clean, jump in the freaking ice water. And they did. every one of you guys went full body, like fully dove in, got their faces wet. So yeah, you have a few more days out here. Might have to do it again. So I'm a little ill, and when I ice bath, you don't ice bath when you're ill. I've been trying to ice bath a little bit. It's been making it worse. So expeditioner number 1 got in really well. He must have spent a good minute in the water. Full body, head wet. So when lovely Ashley comes out here, she will freaking go full body for like 5 minutes. That'll inspire you. So because I'm not leading, I'm not setting a good example. And, that's the way it works out here, right? So they expect the leader to do that, and I'm just not there. Good day. So now, thank you, Paul Haywood. We are an international show. I love going international. Good day from Australia. Is that how many Australians are bearded urban explorers? Good day, Yowie. Wow, the bearded urban explorers. So two Aussies out here. I love Australians. Oh my God, the Aussie that came out here, he was so. I'll tell you, the first day I took him to the ice water, he dove into the river, not the open space. He dove into the freaking river and swam around for like 3 minutes. Came out of there, it's like, Mike, I came 24 hours on an airplane. I'm gonna get myself wet. Like, he was just amazing, tough as nails, very, very humble, very skilled in the wilderness, and it was amazing to have him. So he was supposed to come back this year and just didn't work quite out, but all good. Chris says, I've had several weird experiences in the wood that I can't explain. One being yelled at by one of these and hearing one of these running off. I'm convinced we had Bigfoot in Georgia. And I would say absolutely yes. I have some ranger friends, U.S. military rangers, that have Sasquatch in Georgia. So without having actually been there, these boys don't lie, and so I'm very convinced of that as well. Congratulations on your success. I would like to encourage you to continue to do that. Look for tree breaks, look for structures. So Logan, please call me. Boom all. So Kim is coming out. Kim, you're gonna so obviously I'm booked on my expeditions. You're obviously welcome here at base camp. but just hook up with Ashley. Ashley's amazing. You ladies can go off. You guys have amazing chemistry, and you guys can go off and do some fantastic stuff. I would support that 100%. I look forward to having you come out. I will connect you to Logan because I know you're coming out here and you're talking to people. You're also going to Montana, so we'll see what we can match up for you there. I pulled out a lot of audio today from that. I'll check 355 and I find it. Thank you, Logan. So Anthony says, we'd love to hear more. Chris Powell, absolutely. So Chris, we'd love to hear little, might disconnect and reconnect a little bit. Apologies for that. So Chino boom, yes, Todd. When people say boom too, that's how the Sasquatch identify themselves. They go boom. They stomp their foot on the ground really hard. Makes a huge booming sound. Does Sasquatch ever do whistles in your research area? Absolutely. So speaking of Logan, this is awesome. So I'm out on an expedition. We'd actually seen a Sasquatch and we're moving off. The gentleman that I'm out with, I think it's like day 2, and there's a Sasquatch walking off in front of us. So the 3 of us see it. Logan and Ashley are behind, and there's Matt and his brother up in front. So Matt's brother sees a Sasquatch and goes, "Whoa, go!" He goes, "You're the Sasquatch guy. You go first," thinking like challenging me to go first. And I'm like, "Sweet!" So I'm in front. We walk off, moving after the Sasquatch. Didn't see him again. We got about 3/4 of a mile away, and Logan and Ashley are back. Probably half a mile back, and they hear this amazing, perfect red-tailed hawk whistle that I do. Let me try it. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. That's my red-tailed hawk sound. Except Logan hears it and Ashley hears it, and each of them, I think that they're doing it or I'm doing it, and I'm not. I'm way off in the distance. So I come back, and Ashley's like, "Oh, you didn't do that." I go, "No." And she goes, "Oh, Logan, you must have done it." Logan goes, "I don't freaking whistle." And Ashley's like, "Man, it was like an amazing clear whistle that you do, Todd." And it wasn't me. So a Sasquatch got between them, probably circled around, or maybe it was a third one came back from a different direction and got in between those two and made my red-tailed hawk whistle. Another amazing day was, so I had the trailer parked right behind me in this bushy area, and I make it more concealed. And we're about to leave the expedition. So there's 3 of us, and the 4th person we don't know. It's Darren. We don't know where he is, and we hear that red-tailed hawk whistle running through the bush over here. So we hear boom, boom, like crashing as the whistle's going on, and the whistle takes about 15 seconds. It's nice and loud and clear, and this running motion, right? Because we're leaving, and I go, "Is that Darren over there?" And Darren's in the bathroom. He goes, "I'm taking a crap. It wasn't me." So we all start laughing. Obviously, it wasn't Darren because Darren couldn't have done that anyways. So clearly a Sasquatch. And on that expedition, we'd had ridiculous, tremendous success. So it didn't really surprise me that happened. So obviously an incredible, incredible whistle. And on multiple other occasions, I've had it. So I would say their whistle sounds are phenomenally crystal clear. Like they are, the Sasquatch that I've heard whistle are absolutely outstanding and amazing at it. So yes, they do whistle. Miss that place, man. Marcos! I wonder if I can make you a... Miss you, man. Pin removed. I'm trying to make you a moderator here, Marcos. It's not giving me the option. One more time. Let me try that. Marcos, channel. So I can't make you a moderator. Otherwise I would. Yeah, Marcos, your stuff has not been touched. You put a rock out here. If I'm not correct, that has not been touched. And that little structure you put up has also not been touched. But we had a great expedition. And unfortunately, Marcos, on the expedition after you, why am I having trouble? You were 2 expeditions ago? So the expedition after you, there was no apples taken on that expedition. So you were the last expedition we had apples taken on, and the one after that did not precipitate that. So yeah, we've had good luck on this trip. I've talked about that. Bros just trolling with, I don't know what that means. Just talking here. LMO just got curious. Hello. Hi, Todd. Great work. Looking forward to you getting your documentary out there soon. Cool. Well, look forward to these videos, guys, and the success we're having here. I mean, this is a banner year. I never had 4 expeditions in a row have apples taken. And that's absolutely outstanding. I don't know. We're just having great success. I'm really happy. Even on this expedition, these guys had Sasquatch come around within hours of landing here, and really good results. So and we're hoping for a nice cool night because I seem to get more Sasquatch activity. Just Sasquatch aren't going to like super crazy hot. It's just not cool. I don't think I got a whack on the trailer sound today. I'm posting all of these things on the app for my subscribers, FYI. So subscribe to the app, guys, and you'll get all this stuff. So Greens from New Zealand, Trevor, thank you. Completely, utterly, incredibly international now. Always happy to see your show, Todd. Thank you. Hello from Kentucky. I love Kentucky. Kentucky was amazing. I had some great success there with Sasquatch. I loved being there. People there are amazing. Greetings to all the Aussies and Kiwis. Thank you, Andy. Welcome all Sasquatch research family. That's from Roy. We're all a great part of this discovery process. You all are so much. Guys, I've done this show, I don't know, probably 100 times, and I will continue to do it because I just keep getting all these incredible ideas, amazing questions, and it's a wonderful journey for me to do this show. Just joined okay with about this. Hello, chicken. praying for your 555 year, Todd. The 55 years almost over. I'm turning 51. My daughter has officially turned 6, and my son's still 15. But yeah, it's been an awesome 555 year. So what's up, Todd? Hello, Mid-South Sasquatch. We are doing excellent. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. If you'd like to make a donation and support the cause, go to the discoveringbigfoot.org to do it on PayPal, or Patreon works excellently. I spent most of my life in the woods. This is Doug Hayag. Gosh, I'm at the point where I need a cough drop. I talk so much. Cheerful Arctic birds. Hello, what's up? What, Doug? You spent most of your life in the woods. What do you know about Sasquatch? Do you think they exist? I'm a full-time researcher also, Mid-South Sasquatch. I didn't know there were many of us out there, but I wish you tremendous success. Send me an email, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I'd love to help out with your research. Mid-South, I love Mid-South United States. Lots of Sasquatch activity there. Yeah, and I'd like to start going into the South a little bit more in the wintertime. I've had success in the southern United States quite a bit, especially in Alabama and the Talladega Forest and the Cheaha Valley. Love it down there. Beautiful place. Lots of Sasquatch activity there. Edwin Guzman says, it's like making lions come comfortable with. Go to the same spot every day for a year. Catch some fish. Leave it for them. They'll appreciate you. Oh, my God. I couldn't imagine. We don't leave fish out here because that'll get me killed. I have a can of salmon in the old trailer. I've had it there for probably 9 years. And for the one day I want to crack that can of salmon open, go spill it up somewhere and see what happens, it's going to be a bad day. The wolves, the mountain lions, the bears, I'll never do it. It'd just be insanity to crack that open. So it'd just be so freaking dangerous. Not interested in toying with death. I'm getting too mature for that kind of stupidity. No doubt here, but it would be a great service. Hello, Brian. Yes, sir. Keep me updated. Of course I will. I'll make you a moderator one of these days. Even probably when I do the live show in the city, it'll work. John Ashley, boom from the South. Thanks for tuning in, John. What do you think of British people? I took 2 British people, a father, son, last year on expedition. I am English and French, so I think I'm a cool dude. So my family, the standing name is English, so that's British. And my mother's maiden name was Ireland, so I've got Irish in me. I don't know, I think well of the British people. I wish them the best. So Southeast, hello, John Ashley, Scott. How do we get the app? It's on iOS and the Google App Store. So it's just a general app. I got to get that put up on the website, discoveringbigfoot.org as well. Logan, make sure you remind me to do that when I get back. I'll put you in contact. We'll get that rolling. Welcome, Jennifer from Australia. Andy, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Andy. Is there a link for the app on your website? No. But you know what? I bet you if you scroll down, Logan will help you out with that. Again, it's on the App Store. What's it called, Logan? Is it just like Discovering Bigfoot or something? So look up a Bigfoot app. And it's about being out here on these 2 cameras out here in the wilderness. How old are the females when they have babies? Oh, gosh. I would go by, mature, right? So I'm on the side, though, that I believe, and I don't have too much evidence to substantiate this, that the Sasquatch, although there's enormous sexual dimorphism between the two of them, with the males are much bigger than the females, I do believe they live in monogamous couples, the way the tribal native people do, with a tribal leader, a shaman, maybe a medicine woman. I have quite a bit of evidence to substantiate this on multiple levels. So, but I believe they live in monogamous couples. And if I was just going to speculate about age, not much different than human beings, likely. They could probably produce viable offspring at 14 years old. Remember, they're our closest living relatives. And all of us primates, gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, humans, and Sasquatch, and bonobos, all share tremendous amounts of similarities. And based on their size and their them being a more advanced hominid than us, yeah, I would think 14-ish, 15, not too different than people. Just again, me speculating. I've watched Discovering Bigfoot at least 10 times. Well, Bob, when you make the movie, I've watched it so many times. When I was done editing it, I never wanted to watch it again, although I probably will again someday. I've actually never sit down and watched the movie after I was done editing it. I played it in theaters. I never sat in a theater and watched. I watched like moments of it, but for the most part, it's just not something you do when you've been there, you filmed it, you wrote it, then you edited it all, you put the background music in, you know, you adjusted the color, all the stuff you do in a documentary. I'm just really like so. We did soundboarding with it. I mean, that took weeks. Every little audio, every little sound piece, twice, 3 times. So when you put that much time into it, you really just are done with it when you're done. But I'm very happy with it. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it because I'm in it. I live in the Ozarks of Arkansas. That's fantastic. I've heard a lot about the Ozarks. And Arkansas, isn't that where the Boggy Creek creature was all up about? So recipe recipe is gasoline and styrofoam insulation or packed peanuts. What? It dissolves immediately, forming a gel. What is going on with wizard play? That's an interesting recipe that I don't want to eat. Must be talking about tracking or something. That was a hell of a scary night you had when they turned violent trying to scare you off. I'm not sure what spot you're talking about, but make sure you understand I would not use violence. They were never violent with me. If they were violent with me, I would die. They are literally twice the size of a gorilla, more than twice as strong as a gorilla. If a Sasquatch put his head on my skull, he could just crush it like nothing. I've felt them physically make contact with me, and I could feel their hands squeezing to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm going to die. And then they just come back a little bit. Like on my hips, squeeze them till my hips are crushing, and then take back off a quarter inch and just hang on. Like, and they could just go right, they could literally squeeze and crush my hips. They are absolutely astonishingly powerful. They pick me up and they could throw me like a little nothing rag doll. So there's a million ways a Sasquatch could end my life. I could never verse them, so I would never ever say they were violent with me at all. So maybe they were assertively, making sounds. You might perceive their actions as potentially violent, but even through the auditory, what they've done with me, no, they're being assertive with me. Period. And I even learned this, like as an example, I was feeding a gorilla carrots at the Calgary Zoo behind the scenes where there's just big bars. And I ran out of carrots for a minute. I had to get more. And he gently, what you got there?
The Jade.
Okay, cool. He gently went, and I went, whoa. I stepped back. I was like, this is terrifying. No, he just wants another carrot. That's him saying, can I have another carrot, please? Problem is, when you're a 400-pound beast like a gorilla, when you act gently and move and do things gently, you still sound like a freaking beast. And the Sasquatch are absolutely like that. I even learned later on in Montana, I was out with a colleague, and she put her arm up in the air, and she was moving towards a Sasquatch to give him an apple. And another Sasquatch off in the distance made this growl that sounded terrifying. And actually, now I know he just wanted the apple. He was just saying, hey, what about me? I want the apple. So we backed because it sounded threatening. But when you're a big 9-foot tall, 900-pound primate, it's very difficult to be gentle and sound nurturing. It's actually, they are so freaking masculine, like it's next level. I mean, lions, gorillas, these big dominant males that live in their, they're immensely dominant, powerful, masculine beyond measure, like significantly higher than humans. and the Sasquatch is going to fall into that category. So keep that in mind when you have an interaction with them and whatnot. They don't want you to go look at them and go, ah, Frankenstein, and think of them as like they're some kind of monster. They don't want to be perceived that way. Nobody does. So the other side of the coin, I was just talking with the expeditioners today, and Kim, you can account for this. A mistake I made with Kim, Ashley, and Katie out on expedition. There were two Sasquatch. They'd thrown a rock at my trailer. So I woke up Kim, Ashley, and Katie. We all went out maybe 50 yards into the bush, and there were two Sasquatch standing there that we all saw. Green eyes, clear, well, standing there, shadowy because it's late at night. And the mistake I made is I was too gay. I was like, hey guys, oh, and I was so excited to see them. It literally backed them off. So the way to do it is come and chill, right? Relax. Oh, hey guys, come sit down at a safe distance. How's it going? Happy to see you. Like you can be positive, but you can't be like, oh God, I'm so excited to see you. Like I was way far gone like that, and it backed them off. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's a mistake I made, and I won't do that again. In fact, there's a whole other way to commit to it that I'm going to do that the Sasquatch have actually taught me. I had a Sasquatch forge towards me once. So that's what I'll do next time. I'm going to turn my back, or at least get a side view. I'm going to start foraging and moving towards them. Because, you should know this, primatologists do this in Africa with chimpanzees and gorillas. If you get charged or attacked, the number one thing you can do to calm them down is not act weak. If you act weak, you're pathetic, they're going to want to hurt you. If you act aggressive or assertive, they're going to want to verse you, like you're giving them attitude, they're going to knock you down. What you can do is you can eat something, pick up some grass and put it in your mouth. All species recognize the behavior of eating is something you don't do when you're under stress. So you sit there and you're eating, what you're saying is, hey, I'm so calm and collected. I'm so chill right now. I'm so not angry. I'm so not hostile. I'm so in a state of freaking zen that I'm eating and relaxed. How you doing? Why don't you come sit down and chill out with me? And it literally diffuses the situation very quickly. And it's a brilliant, genius idea through Diane Fossey, Jane Goodall channels that I'm immensely grateful for. And that's what I'll be doing next time is I will chill out, sit down, start foraging, relax, be in the moment, not rush it. We have a tendency as human beings to want to be in a big rush for everything and hurry, hurry, hurry. Let's get this done and do that. And that's a mistake. The Sasquatch are the opposite of that. In fact, that's what I teach my expeditioners out here. We like to walk down trails. They don't like trails. They like to walk through the deep, dense bush where they're blanketed and covered. And we're the opposite of that. So we're in a rush. We have time constraints. We have to hurry up and get things done. They have all the freaking time in the world. So they're literally, although they're the most man-like primate in the world, we are domesticated to hell, and they are wild and free. We are not free. If you think you are free, I have news for you. You are delusional. You are a domesticated being, highly, highly domesticated. Try to go do something without your clothes on. Try to go wake up in the morning and get somewhere without your car. You're completely reliant upon your phone and technology. You're in deep trouble without being in a society that's technologically advanced. They're naked and connected. We ground to get, better balance in our body chemistry. They never stop grounding. We try to eat organic, healthy, good food. They eat structured, brilliant, mineralized water, and they eat organic, free-range meats and berries that we couldn't imagine. So really like opposites in so many ways. And I want you to really understand that, especially people like Midwest Sasquatch who are doing research. Don't try to think like a man because you're going to think the opposite of what a human would do. And that's likely what a Sasquatch would do. They're much more peaceful, much more serenity, much more calm. Things come to them easily, and they're very spiritual. They're very telepathic. These are things that are number one in their survival ability and in their equilibrium and their balance and how they survive. And that's why we're having such good success out here, is we're out here loving wilderness, loving nature, opening up our minds spiritually and telepathically to communicate with these beings in ways that is not being done, in most other places. So being great students, and when the student is ready, the master will appear. And that's how we're getting our success out here with Sasquatch. So hello, Todd. Wish you all the best. First Sasquatch person ever listened to on YouTube. Thanks, Two Guns. Appreciate your support, my friend. Please don't say my name. It's impossible to pronounce. I won't. Thank you for tuning in. Z-Man, how do you like that? Todd, would ever Todd, would you ever go to Portlock, Alaska? We were just talking about that today. So, had a call from History Channel, who filmed that episode, to ask me what I would have done in particular situations. Here's an example. I believe they filmed the Sasquatch thermally while they were on a boat. They were on the boat because the cowards ran away from Sasquatch activity. If I'd have been on that boat and seen a thermal image of a Sasquatch, you'd have heard a freaking splash. I'm going to where that Sasquatch is. You're not going to stop me. And I I work with Sasquatch. I mean, ask Kim and Ashley and Katie what I do when a Sasquatch comes around. I walk right up, I get right in there, and I do my due diligence. So I would be very excited to interact with the Portlock Alaskan Sasquatch, and I would love to go there. And I actually have elders out there that would help me do things as well. So I've been researching for 35 years. That is awesome. I'd love to hear a lot about your successes and what you've learned. Midwest Sasquatch, love to cooperate with you. Please send me an email, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Thank you. John, how's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. So, yeah, so now you know what's happened out here, John. John's coming out in October, which is a really hot time. Like he's got the last October expedition, which is highest potential for success, with the highest potential to have -20 and 6 feet of snow on the ground. So highest risk, highest reward. John's flying out here for that. Very excited to have him again. And yeah, John's an enormous supporter of the work that we're doing. So much gratitude to you, my friend. Whoops. All the best from London, England. So, man, we are so international. Literally, Canada, United States, UK, Australia. We are international as it gets. Hello, thumbs up if you like. Thank you for that, Andy. What is this channel about trying to find Bigfoot? Wait, is this channel about trying to find Bigfoot? No. We don't try. Hey, try to tell it to my daughter. My little 6-year-old says we don't try. We do or do not. We are here. This is a de facto discovery. I am the man who tried to or went to court and tried to sue Fish and Wildlife. They got it thrown out based on BS circumstances, knowing that if I got it to go to trial, if the judge would have approved it, and he was an ass, and the difficulty to get into trial is preposterous, but I'll get there. We'll work it out. I went into a gunfight with a knife in Supreme Court here in Canada, and I would have success in the United States. So, but we're not trying. We've made the discovery. The discovery is transpiring and moving forward. Have a nice day. If you don't watch the movie Discovering Bigfoot, look at the episodes of Surviving on Bigfoot and watch the channel. That's what's going on here. So this cannot be real. It's real. I'm really here out in the wilderness. Saw a real bear. Had real interactions with the Sasquatch. Haven't had a sighting yet on this expedition, but I've literally had dozens of sightings out here. I haven't even been able to count them. And I have people of all walks of life, PhDs, firefighters on this expedition, successful businessmen, doctors, lawyers, judges, MDs, you name it, structural engineers, men and women from all walks of life, of the highest integrity. I literally have hundreds of people that apply for these expeditions, and I can only take out 30 people a year, even only 10 new people a year, because I have so many people coming back from previous years. But men and women of the highest caliber that I get to pick and choose to come out on these expeditions and have tremendous success and become full-time amazing colleagues that are lifetime colleagues that I expect to work with these people till the end of our days. Are you ever coming out with another documentary? We already talked about that in the beginning of this. Tammy Strickland says, hi, Todd. What are your thoughts on orbs associated with Bigfoot? I've now had 3 people of the highest integrity, people that have always told me the truth, one of them being Survivor Man, who has associated orbs with Sasquatch, and I believe them. I have no evidence of that. I have never seen it. But I'm a believer in it. Am I a knower in it? Not quite. When it comes to Sasquatch, do they exist? Yes, I know they exist. I study them. I film them. I have DNA from them. I've shown people Sasquatch. I'm teaching people how to go work on this discovery process. And independently, those people have gone out without me and seen Sasquatch. So we're having tremendous, tremendous success. This discovery process is growing immensely, and we're very excited about what's happening. My dad is a Bigfoot. Maybe that's why I have some wide... Okay, just funny. I don't mind a little humor. It's all good. Timmy's Adventure. How do they have the ability to inflict fear. I don't know that they do. I served 2 tours of Iraq, and when I came across one of them, fear was unbearable. I'm scared of no man. Huh. Well, there's infrasound that they do, but you know what? Just like off the top of my head, um, you can literally get mentally violated because they're highly telepathic. I've been out here and seen so much incredible stuff happen. One of the top things was had a colleague of mine getting read by the Sasquatch, and then his thoughts being put into my head. I was talking about things that I couldn't have known that were in his head. So they're immensely telepathic. So theoretically, like they've never, I don't think they've put fear into me. I wouldn't say that. But theoretically, I mean, telepaths, I mean, they can scare you like ways you've never been scared in your whole freaking life, right to the core of your body. So that's not a good sign. So that would either come down to potentially the Sasquatch don't like you, or you bumped into a Sasquatch that just doesn't like people in general. So out here, we do research in areas where the Sasquatch love having me around. They interact with us. They show themselves. We have tremendous, incredible success out here. And those are the only research I work in. If you're feeling that fear from a Sasquatch, I suggest you don't go back there. Stay away. It's not a coincidence. But I had one experience that I was absolutely the most terrifying experience I ever had with a Sasquatch. And if I really think about it, like that Sasquatch, I was looking at him through my night vision. And now that I think about it, honest to God, he was projecting fear into me. Like I looked at him and I was terrified. Like he was moving low and scary. And he had this like nasty look on his face, like Kubota Video 8, but scarier. And then when I yelled at him to stand up, I could see him and he stood up. He was like, "Yeah, you want to see me? Like have a look." And I actually did feel like he was projecting fear to me. And I quit doing Bigfoot research for a couple months, maybe even 3, because I wasn't sure if I was cut out for it. But I went back out there and I kept grinding and working it, and here I am, full time Sasquatch researcher. This is my job. This is all I do, and I will never stop doing this. I will do this for the rest of my days, and the likelihood of us facilitating this discovery into pop culture is extremely likely. So, and if it's not us, it'll be somebody else. And either way, you want to hear why I am the heavyweight champion of the discovery of Sasquatch? Because if anybody else proves Sasquatch is real, I win. And if I prove Sasquatch is real, I win. So they exist, they're real, the proof is coming, and however it happens, I win. All they're going to realize is everything I've been saying about Sasquatch, the tree breaks, the footage I have, all the evidence I've been putting out there is absolutely authentic and real because they really exist. And do I look confident in that? Yes. This is what I do. This is my life. This is my livelihood. This is how I survive. And what an incredible life. It's amazing. I've worked very hard to get here. I had to build myself up. Like I'm not independently wealthy. I'm financed and funded by Patreons, by the expeditioners, by the Sasquatch work that I do with the documentary and watching YouTube videos and whatnot like that. So that's how I derive all my income. And it's a wonderful life, and I absolutely love doing this, and I will be doing this for the rest of my life. And when I'm at the point where I'm so old that I can't even walk around, my little ass will be in these trailers, and I have all these young guys that I've trained over the decades that I've been doing this, and I'm training people, training. All this is training. I don't do bucket listers. People that want to come out here and learn about Sasquatch and get trained up, learn about the wilderness, learn how to connect, learn about what this discovery is really about. That's who's here. That's who I work with. And we're having incredible, amazing, tremendous success, and I love it. Hey, bro, this is from Greg. I'm really glad you exist. You're quite an amazing guy. Proud of you. Love you, bro. Thanks, Greg. Respect for that, my friend. So, yeah. You know, I'd like to think of myself as a human being. So, and in case you don't know what the definition of human is, Hu is Latin for light, and man is Latin for manifestation. We are literally a manifestation of. We're back. Sorry, I just had a little glitch there. Remember, I am on satellite out in the middle of nowhere. But again, I would like to consider myself a representative of the human species, of all human beings, out here working as a human to facilitate the discovery of the most man-like primate on the planet. I appreciate all your help and support for all of you that give it to me. Much gratitude for that. And that's who I am. Just a guy out here working with just people, well, amazing people, having a wonderful time, grinding, working, bleeding, dealing with grizzly bears, mountain lions, all the stuff that's out here, the difficulties that we have with avalanches and the wilderness things that pop up, the difficulties, grinding it out, working hard because all of us are very passionate about this discovery. And as human beings, this discovery is going to change us in ways forever. It's literally going to ascend us to another level because Sasquatch are telepathic. And if you don't believe in telepathy, you need to get, I'm going to say it, not apologizing, take your head out of your ass. Universities have been teaching it for decades. The reality of it is beyond any reasonable doubt. Universities are the most conservative, douchey institutions in the world, and they've accepted it as an absolute factual reality. I have proven it, and so will other individuals, that Sasquatch are highly telepathic, advanced telepathic beings, remote viewing, remote speaking empaths. And that's why they've remained undiscovered, undeniably. How do you sneak up on something that knows your intent, that can see into your head and know what you're thinking? So I've been studying and learning. That's probably one of the primary reasons that I've had tremendous success with this species, is speaking to them in their language, which is telepathy. And I make no bones about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reality of this discovery. I highly suggest you get on board with it. That is the future of humanity. Is we don't have five senses, we have six. And I'm training that, working with people with that. I have mentors. There are people that are up leveling with this. Hello, Mr. Hawk over there. So, and up leveling is immensely important to move forward with this. So, multiple, multiple physical made contact with you. Yes, the Sasquatch have made physical contact with me. So, how far do you think Bigfoot roams from its birthplace once it's grown? I have no idea. Well, I mean, the Sasquatch in video 5, Jake, is gone. He became an adult male. I was working with him for many years. I mean, 2010, I think he left around 2018. So, about 8 years, I was working with that individual. He's gone. So, he was likely born here and raised here. Where did he go? I have no idea. Could have gone anywhere. But he's not here, and I don't bump into him. So, far. They can go far. I would be not surprised at all if Sasquatch here could migrate all the way down to Alabama. So not one little bit. I mean, it's going to take a year, but animals can migrate that level, and it's amazing. So Christopher says, "Bro, I want to go in the bush with you." DiscoveringBigfoot.org. Go to the expedition page and apply. So, man, I've had cancellations this year. My friend Nick over there has got his hand in the air. Man, we worked hard to get him on board, and it's an excellent expedition for him because he's got a little bromance going on with his New York firefighter over here. So, and just so many things, so many synchronicities have come in with these two gentlemen. I hope that they leave here and they become lifelong friends. That happens so often. You come out here, guys. This is like soldiers get this where they go out into battles together, except this is the opposite of that. This is instead of going to war, which is so negative, so hateful, so murderous and derogatory and stressful, we have this blissful, incredible boots on the ground, learning about nature, talking about our experiences, getting personal. Like, man, we're talking about wives, children's life experience out here. Like, Todd Standing is completely, deeply transparent with these people that come out here. I mean, for God's sake, the media gets to see them. Like it's deep, it's personal, and they reflect that back. And I'm not at all surprised. That's the whole purpose. If they can meet Todd Standing, and Todd Standing can open up and be so immensely transparent, that's what the discovery is about, is transparency. That's what telepathy is about, is transparency. And that's what they're experiencing with me. And it's a wonderful gift. So we bond in very special ways that I'll never forget. I'll never forget an expeditioner. We go out here, we bleed together. Like, I've seen these men bleed. I've seen these men come face to face with grizzly bear sows. You know what I mean? I've seen John up on a coming down the side of a mountain with a grizzly bear sow, 40 yards away from him. I've seen Nick go bear, bear, bear when he's 10 freaking yards away from a grizzly bear sow who has a cub right there in tow, and she's holding her freaking ground with a freaking carcass right beside her. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. You get to know a man when you go through that. And then these gentlemen, listen, stay calm, cool, collective, move away brilliantly. When I tell them to get their ass in gear, they move. When I tell them, get foot, when I tell you put the goddamn camera away and don't film the freaking bear, he listens. So we're all a crew. We all are surviving together. Literally, if one of these guys, if Nick said, "Screw you, I'm filming the bear," hey bear, and started filming, it's putting us in severe jeopardy, and it will probably get that bear killed. And believe me, if I had to shoot and kill that bear, John and the other expeditioner would have words with this man, and there'd be an argument, there'd be a fight, there'd be end of expedition. Like, but what I'm saying is, it goes down the opposite of that. We come together as a crew, we gel, we're a freaking team out here. These men, like Nick, because he's the only one around right now, as an example, is challenging me. He's pushing me, and I love it. If he came out here, people that come out here, you want me to dislike you? Come out here and kiss my ass, and just everything Todd Standing is wonderful and amazing. No, this son of a bitch is over here questioning me, looking me straight in the eye and go, you know what? I know that this means this. And I go, I disagree with you. I don't see it. And he goes, good, because I do. And I'm going to prove it to you. And I'm like, bring it, boy. And now we have people out here, like we're going toe to toe. And this discovery moves forward because men are out here making decisions. And I shouldn't say men. Human beings are out here making tough decisions, pushing forward, making the discovery happen. And I can't tell you, I can make a list, like even Kim is on here today, Chena Productions. That woman has taught so freaking much on the expedition she was out here. I can't wait to have her back. You know, these people that come out here, it's reflecting, guys. It goes back and forth. These are powerful human beings, intelligently out here, questioning me, doubting me, pushing my paradigms. And I love it because that's what, if the discovery is not about that, your discovery will not move forward, it will not grow, and you will fail. And we are on a path of tremendous, amazing success going on here. And I'm not the slightest bit surprised. That's what it takes. I don't even have to talk to Jane Goodall. I know Diane Fossey is long past, and Ian Redmond's doing amazing with his guerrilla research. And I know these people that are out there doing this research are committed, they're integral, they're fighting for something they're passionate and they believe in. And that's what this is all about. Not one single person comes out here. I don't even bring skeptics out here anymore. It's just there's no purpose in it. I bring people out here who are passionate, who are potential believers. Well, maybe a little bit skeptical is okay. But you come out here and you experience this stuff, and all the BS goes away, and you realize the reality of what's going on here. I take you on a tour of incredible Sasquatch evidence, and nobody comes out here and looks at a tree break and goes, I can explain that in some other way. They don't. They go, man, that is impossible. Even I'm sitting out here, Todd Standing. I've been studying these tree breaks for over a decade. And literally just within an hour ago, Nick shows me, well, how did that happen? I go, I don't know. I know Bigfoot did it, and he knows a Bigfoot did it. We know it didn't happen naturally. It didn't do a bear, no elk, nothing did that. We were literally going here. If I was as a human being, I couldn't pull that off. I could not do that. These are intelligent human beings going, I don't know how it happened. But what the end resultant has to be, and for me, and I'm going to speak on behalf of Nick and everybody who sees these things, is you're freaking impressed. You're not dealing with some ape out here. These are highly intelligent beings that have exceptional skills. And the reality of what's going on in here is most people are out there going, well, why hasn't Bigfoot been discovered? How could this discovered have not happened? And what I'm teaching these men and women that come out here is no wonder it hasn't been discovered, because they are that amazing. They're brilliant, genius, highly evolved individuals that are spectacular in the things that they do. And as we come together in this discovery process, as human beings and Sasquatch learn to cooperate and come back, because we've gone away from each other. Sasquatch stayed in wilderness, and basically people went out. And the Sasquatch got better at wilderness and grew. And now it's time that we come back and have this brotherhood. I call it Nikiska, where friends meet. And that's what Sasquatch wants for human beings. They want us to come back to our wildness, to our freedom, to nature, which is where we're from. And all these people that are out here are completely on board with that. I hope you are. I hope this inspires you to get back out to nature. That's where we're from. If you think you are free when you're being so domesticated, so controlled, if you think the governments and the higher powers have your best interests in mind, they don't. It's money. It's greed. And this fixes it. Getting back to nature, becoming authentic, truthful, honest, and all of us coming together in that way, getting rid of the insanity commonly referred to as domestication syndrome, which we're all being besmirched with. Get back to knowing your farmer. ground, get out into nature, grow something. For God's sake, see some wilderness, go hiking, connect, get back to it. Watch these documentaries that we're doing. Listen to people that are out there passionate about nature, making this transition happen because we have to get to it, guys. Humanity is in a hurting place. I think most of us can really agree upon that. And that's why I wake up early and I stay up late every day, passionate about this incredible discovery because it will change things for the better. Thank you very much for tuning in today. My name is Todd Stanley, and I am the man who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch sitting on hallowed ground where that has in fact transpired, and so much more is going to happen. I'm going to blow your mind with the results that are transpiring out here in the Discovering Bigfoot Research Center 2024. An amazing year. Stay tuned, more to come.